From Pegula Arena on the campus of Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania, this is the Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championship Finals. Today in the Single A Championship game, it's the Flyers Cup champion Baryard Rustin Golden Knights and the Penguins Cup champion Mars Planets. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Tom Willms from MSA Sports Radio. Glad to be here on MSAsports.net. Hopefully we have all the audio issues all worked out. Through the video feed should be perfect. Through the audio feed as well. Looks like we are all set and ready to go. The interesting thing what they do here is they've already announced both teams. So now they're going through the warm-up, and in about 3 minutes or so we will drop the puck on our first of 3 Pennsylvania Cup Championship games. Baryard Rustin, the Flyers Cup champions, coming in at 14-1-4. They are the ICSHL Chessmont regular season and playoff champions. Their cup run as the number 2 seed in the first round was a 5-1 win over number 15 Radnor. In the quarterfinals, a 2-1 overtime win over number 7 Unionville. In the semifinals, a 9-3 win over number 19 Crestwood. And in the finals, a 7-1 drubbing over number 3 Westchester Henderson. They are the 5-time Flyers Cup champions, and they are the 2-time defending state champions, looking for title number 3. Mars comes in at 17-4-1. They were second in the PIHL's Tier 1 Western Division. Their cup run in the first round, a 7-0 win over Freeport. In the semis, a 4-3 overtime win over Deer Lakes. And in the Penguin Cup final, a 4-2 win over Quaker Valley. They are the 4-time Penguins Cup champions from 2009, 2010, 2011, and of course this year. And they're the 2-time state champions. These two teams have history. They faced each other in the PA Cup in 2009 and 2010, each winning one. So this is kind of the rubber match, although maybe only freshmen would remember that 2001 championship game. As again, it'll be Baryard Rustin taking on the Mars Planets. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the goaltender matchup and the drop of the puck as you watch the 2015 Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championships on MSAsports.net, brought to you by IYMSportsRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University here in, well, it's actually University Park, Pennsylvania, not State College. State College is across the street, I believe. Either way, thanks so much for joining us here on MSAsports.net. We start off with the Single A Championship game between the Mars Planets on the Penguin side and the Baryard Rustin Golden Knights, the Flyers Cup champions. Tom Willms here from IYM Sports Radio. Glad to be here as we're just about ready to go. Mars will be going left to right in the road blue with the gold trim, and Baryard Rustin will be going right to left in the home gold with the blue and white trim. So this year's turn, I believe, if we're talking about it correctly, this year it's the Flyers Cup champions' turn to be the home team for all 3 games today. As we set the goaltender matchup first for the Mars Planets, a sophomore, number 30, Tyler Spring. During the regular season, 16-3-1, 3 shutouts, 2.48 goals against average, and an .871 save percentage. During the Penguins Cup run, 3-0, 1 shutout, a 1.63 goals against average, and a .917 save percentage. In goal for Baryard Rustin, junior from Westchester, PA, and it's number 30, Jason Grande. 14-3-4 during the regular season, 3 shutouts, a 1.57 goals against average, and a .926 save percentage. During the Cup run, 4-0 with a 1.54 goals against average and a .932 save percentage. Referees ready to go, and so are we. 17 minutes on the board, and we are underway. As the Planets control on the far side, this is Michael McCann under pressure, dumps it far side, heading up now for Bo Heekins. But it's going to be cleared away. All the way down it goes, and that should and will go for icings against Bayard Rustin. Just 13 seconds in 17-minute periods, and there'll be an ice cut after the second period. That is what is planned. Again, these 2 teams, as we mentioned during the brief pregame, at least organizationally know each other. The players probably don't, as the last time these 2 teams faced was back in 2010, and that was here. Well, not necessarily here, but in the Pennsylvania State Championships, as the Knights control, cleared out to the line and out to center ice. Taken here by Ian Hope Graves, dumped back behind the cage, trying to slow it down there was Jason Grande. Comes to the near side and away from the play, and offsides is called against the Mars Planets. 16:33 left to go here in the first period. Nice crowd has come out. Do know that there was a bus of Bayard Rustin students. And nice representation from Mars High School as well, as Mars takes it away. Heekins with a shot, shoulder save there by Grande. First chance of the game goes to the Planets. It's cleared to center ice. Ian Hope Graves tries to dump right back in, able to do so. Planets are offside. Comes all the way back out to center ice, taken here by Bo Heekins, and dumped to the near side corner. Rattles back behind the cage. Chasing on in here is Keaton Hanna, number 44. Goes against his number sake, Harrison Lane for Bayard Rustin. Ends up on top of the puck, and play is stopped. 16:09 left to go. Correction, 16:07 left to go here in the first period. So kind of a slow start. Oh, nice shot on goal there for the Planets to start things off. Only shot so far in this contest. Face-off will be to the right of Jason Grande. We mentioned during the pregame he was a junior. He's actually a sophomore, so that's good news for the Knights. So he should be in the cage for the next couple of years for Bayard Rustin. Cleared up to the near side, goes off the leg of Eric Flynn, spins away from trouble, cleared to the line. Osborne keeps it alive, dumps back behind the cage. Chasing him is Michael Grande. 14 goals in the regular season, 4 during the Cup run. Dumped right back to the near side corner, though, by the Planets. Racing back here is Sergei Kern. Newman tries to keep it alive, tapped across, and now the Knights can break out to center ice finally. On the far side, this is Michael Grande trying to move in. Grande toe drags, fires, and it goes just wide. Down near side, trying to keep it alive. Sergei Kern able to do so. No, near side linesman says no. And that is an offsides call. 15:35 left to go here in the first period. Shots on goal now. Actually, they remain at 1-0, as that shot by Michael Grande just missed the near side post. Joel Sharika to take the draw for the Golden Knights. One forward, though, by Paul Mouse. He'll dump around to the far side, chase himself. Coming across here is Matthew Wittes. He'll dump to the far side, picked up here by Michael McCann. McCann to the near side for Ian Hope Graves. Now for Vassbinder, throws it on cage. An easy cover up there, and a swipe at the glove there by Paul Moust. He's going to draw a bit of a crowd. That might be part of Mars' game plan, just to try to get underneath the skin of the Golden Knights. So far, all he drew was a little bit of a shoulder bump and a talking to. 15:20 left to go here in the first. Face-off is down and one towards the corner. Racing across here is Matthew Wittes. He absorbs the shoulder there of Paul Mouse. Comes around to the near side. Good pinch in by Vassbinder. Now this is Heekins. Heekins in the corner, looking at it in front, deflected on cage. Batted away by the netminder. Thrown back to the point here from McCann. He'll dump to the corner now for Mouse. Mouse shouldered off. Going was Kyle Mullen as he lost his edge. Mullen able to pick up the puck and stuck right back into that pile. Shouldered off by Mouse once again. But it's going to be cleared to center ice. Too strong there for John Bresnicki. Goes all the way down. Icing will be waved off. So the Planets will have to clear it out of their own zone. Off of Vassbinder, out to center ice. Now near side, this is Grande. Leading goal scorer for the Bayard Rustin Knights during the regular season was Brett Christie with 21 goals. Paul Mouse leading for the Planets, 29 goals during the regular season. He has 5 during the Cup run. It's taken here, trying to move across is Brett Christie. He'll try a shot that's blocked down. Digging back, he's looking to dig back behind the cage. Cleared to center ice. Knife down here by Sergei Kern. And he'll dump it right back into the zone. 14 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the first. Still no score. Ian Houck Graves clears to center ice. Too strong for Grande. Icing will be waved off on the forecheck. Is Keaton Hanna. 18 goals on the year. Rattled around to the near side past Kern. Tapped up towards the slot area, but unable to get it near the cage was Kyle Thomas. Now far side. This is Tommy Sloan. Tipped into the zone by Eric Flynn. Chasing back here will be Noah Raimondo. Going around to the near side for Ian Newman. Chases down. Knocked down here, though, by Christie. Christie throws across. Wrist shot comes in. That goes just wide by Tommy Sloan. Big opportunity there. It's Christie with a shot stick save by Spring, and it'll be cleared out to center ice and all the way down for the icing call. 13:39 left to go here in the first period. That was the first shot on goal registered for Bayard Rustin. 3 so far for the Mars Planets. But, of course, no score. Face-off to the right of Tyler Spring, the sophomore. Face-off is down, 1 to the near side. Trying to lift forward here is Slater Hanna. Cleared to the line, kept alive. Newman knocks it off the slot area, goes back to the point. Drive comes in, deflected, goes high. Good shot there by Harrison Lane, very easily deflected at about ankle height. Comes back to the point, wrist shot comes in, that goes off a leg. Comes near side for Evan Burke. He'll dump back behind the cage. Trying to knock it away. Austin Reels to the near side for Burke. Back to the point now for Cementi. Cementi with a wrist shot blocked down in front. And here come the Planets the other way. Trying to turn on the speed here is Evan Smicker. He'll dump it on cage. Glove down by Grande, and he'll hold on. Stopping play with 13:08 left to go here in the first period. And still no score. Remember, this is the first of 3 Pennsylvania Cup Championship games. Coming up next will be Downingtown East against Erie Cathedral Prep. And Holy Ghost Prep will take on Cannon McMillan. That's going to be at about 4 o'clock. It's one back to the point. McCann with a drive. Blocked down off the leg of Tommy Sloan. He felt that one. And it comes now the other way here for Christie. Christie the far side for Sloan, who dumps into the zone. Towards the cage. Steered away here by Spring. And skating through here is Ian Houck Graves. Throws it across. Nice pass for Heekins. Heekins coming in 2-on-2. Heekins goes wide. Back in. Trying to deflect it high and wide. Heekins follows all the way to the near side corner. Looks like a defenseman may have lost his stick. Trying to cover up there was that defenseman. I believe it's Meisinger. It's going to be cleared around by Sergei Kern. Goes out of play. And play is stopped with 12:36 left to go in the first. Face-off will be moved to the left of the netminder Jason Grande. We had Rustin with a surprising blowout win in the Flyers Cup final. That was covered on IYM Sports Radio. 7-1 win against their crosstown rivals, Westchester Henderson. So comes out to center ice. Could be a break here. As moving in is Christie. Turns to a break. Christie with the wrist shot off the glove of Spring. Nice stop there. Touched by a high stick. And then retouched by Mars. And play will stop. 12:24 left to go first period. It stays no score. Now for the lack of trying, Brett Christie's had a couple of opportunities. 8 goals during the cup run. Total of 29 on the season. You can hear on the far side the chant of "Let's go Rustin." Face off again deep in the zone for the Planets. Face off down, 1 cleanly back. And Paul Moust is around the near side. Owen Vastbinder will move up 2-on-3. Tries to nutmeg his way through. Stood up. Good check on him by Sergei Kern. Both getting their hands up. Referee's keeping his hands down as it comes on cage. Bouncing puck picked up by Kern once again. Being harassed there by House. Cleared onto the far side. Knife down here by Heekins. Heekins trying to head to the corner. Shouldered off here by Tommy Sloan. Coming out with it is Kern. Sergei Kern will try the near side to clear out. Eric Flynn comes across. Well, the pass up ahead is intercepted by Kern once again. And cleared to center ice. Picked off at the red line by Houck Graves. He'll move into the far side. Coming in basically 2-on-5. Comes to the corner. Trying to spin to his forehand. Being harassed by Michael Grande. 2-on-2 scrum ensues. Trying to spin it to the corner here was Kyle Mullen. Mullen clears out to center ice, where Charles Osborne will try to dump right back in. But Mars is on the offside position. And it's taken here by Michael Grande. Waiting for the forecheck of Hanna. Instead, he'll just sky it out to the neutral zone. Glove down here by Houck Graves. Looking up the near side. Trying to bank it forward off of Osborne. Taken over, though, by Lane. Lane clears to the line, and we'll go the other way here for Bayard Rustin. 2-on-2, possibly. Trying to move forward with Brzezinski. Fights through a check, throws up and down for Chirico. He'll try a shot, and it's blocked away. Followed by Chirico. Thrown out in front, deflected to the slot area. Swing and a miss there by Brzezinski, as it's cleared to center ice. It's taken now by Osborne, who will dump in for the Planets. 11 minutes left to go first period. Still no score. Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championships, the single A contest. Taken here by Kyle Mullen at the far side. Charles Osborne gets in his way. Osborne trying to clear back to the point, but it's taken here by Harrison Lane. Lane back behind the cage. Around the near side. Glove down by Brzeznicki. And up ahead for Shariko. Shariko shouldered off by Thomas. Good check there. And Mars will take control in their own zone. This is Benjamin Heltman. Now for Keaton Hanna. Cleared up ahead. It's going to be intercepted. Big stand-up, though, there as Heltman threw a check. And it comes back now for Noah Raimundo. Nice pass up ahead for Heekins. Cuts to the outside. Could be a 3-on-2 here for the Planets. Heekins moves in top of the circle. Tries to throw it in front for House. Loose in the slot area. Where is it? It's underneath the defenseman and poked wide by Heekins. Heekins now for House. Mouse tries to move out in front. He gets thrown off into the corner. Taken here by Harrison Lane to the far side and backhanded out to center ice. Dangerous play there for the Mars Planets. They were that close to scoring. Again, they just had a big scramble out in front of the netminder, Jason Grande. Here's Heekins. He'll move in 2-on-3, now 3-on-3. Has a drop, so throws across for Vassbinder with a shot, save, and cover by Grande. Play stopped with 9:45 left to go here in the first period. Still no score. Shots on goal, 7-3 in favor of the Mars Planets. Full change here for the Mars Planets. Like Hanna. That's Keaton Hanna's going to come to the right side. In to take the draw will be Kyle Thomas against Brett Christie. One back towards the point, kept alive there. McCann off to the near side corner. Chasing over here is Kyle Thomas. Thomas off a leg, gets it right back. Thomas looks, tries to throw it in front, fanned on it, cleared away from him by Flynn. Pitching back here. There's Brett Christie. But Thomas takes it away and goes back behind the cage. Tries to throw it in front, and it's taken here by Kern. And it's a 2-on-2 the other way. Here's Christie. Pokes across to the near side. Chasing onto it here is Eric Flynn. Sharp angle. Tries a shot anyway, and a stick save by Sprang. Taken right back. Christie throws out in front. Now lofted all the way back to the point. Grande with a shot deflected. Couple times, and it goes wide. Christie now for Flynn. Trying to lift it out in front. Goes up the back of the cage. And the Planets will clear to center ice. Taken by Kern. And it's dumped to the near side. Hanna on the intercept dumps in, but the Planets are in offside position. So they'll take advantage, and they'll get a change. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first period. Still no score. Christie with the fake move. He'll get over the line into the zone. Knocked off by a good stick check by Evan Smicker. Comes out in front anyway. And it's taken over here by Raimundo. Around near side. This is Hannah Slater. Slater Hanna, that is. That's what I get for writing it in reverse on my sheet. It's taken here by Ian Newman. Good check in here, though, by Tommy Sloan. But Mars dedicated 3 to that little scrum, and they're able to come out with it. Cleared back towards the line, kept alive, thrown out in front. And it's going to be cleared to the far side. Good pressure here by the Knights. Turnaround shot here by Tommy Sloan, blocked down. Hanna will clear off a leg, gets it right back. He'll try the far side, and it's cleared to center ice. Dumped right back in quickly, though, by Derek Samedi. On the far side corner for Newman. Intercepted, trying to backhand pass, but Nicky did not connect, and will go the other way. It's taken here by Smicker. Evan Smicker coming in 1-on-3. Tries to go all the way through all 3, and does. Gets a shot off, not all of it, but enough to get a deep face-off as it's covered up by Grande. And play is stopped with 7:58 left to go in the first. Still no score. Shots on goal 8-4 in favor of the Planets. Face-off with the right of Grande. Puck is down. Both combatants swinging for it. Now it's taken by Heekins. Heekins back behind the cage. Thrown across. House with a shot, and that goes just wide. May have gone off the side of the cage. Taken here now by McCann. McCann towards the corner. Helped along by Vassbinder. Now for Mouse, looking out in front. Gets it there. Shot comes in, that goes just wide. Mouse gets it right back in the corner. He gets pushed off hard by Samedi. Gets it back behind the cage. Heekins tries to throw it in front. Cleared back to the point. Picked up here. A pitch in here by Hal Graves with a shot. Save. Rebound loose in front. Fanned on by Vassbinder. Second try. Kick save by Grande. Great pressure here by the Planets. As trying to dump it back behind the cage with Hal Graves. And finally, it's cleared to center ice. Now for Brzeznicki. He'll dump it in just high of the net. 7:20 left to go in the first period. Still no score, but Mars has been dangerous. The captain, Michael McCann, will dump it in and around. Far side pinch in here by Bo Heekins. Dumps it back behind the cage. The only one there is Harrison Lane. And Lane will slowly skate it forward. Up ahead now for Samedi. Samedi banks it into the zone. Correction, that's Bo Weimer who's moving in. Back behind the cage, around to the far side now for Heekins. Heekins off the leg of Mouse. Still trying to move forward with it. Gains the line and dumps it just wide of the cage. 6:45 left to go here in the first period. Taken by Harrison Lane to the near side, out to center ice. Had no one to pass to. And it's picked up here by Ian Newman. Ramundo up the far side. Sauced into the zone, near side corner. Chasing back now is Lane. Comes back behind the cage, now for Kern. Kern through Osborne, back to the point. Comes to center ice. Could be a break the other way, but a good check here by Kyle Thomas to knock it away. And he'll come back into his own zone. Lofted out to the neutral zone. Now this is Derek Cimenti, the junior. Across the near side for Grande, the senior. Grande up near side. Now for Eric Flynn. Drops it off, but unable to move through was Christie. Big stand-up check there by Grande. As going down was Hanna. Grande picks up the puck. He'll move in. Grande with the drive, and it's blocked down. Looked like whoever blocked that was Ramundo. He felt that one. He's slow to get back up. Wrist shot comes in. That is gloved down, and play is stopped. Now Hanna bumps into Grande, who goes flying. But it all breaks up with 5:53 left to go here in the first. Still no score. Mars is doubling up at Rustin in shots, 10-5. Face off to the left of Tyler Sprang. Face off is down, controlled by the Planets. Chopped around to the near side for Owen Vassbinder. Vassbinder backhands across. Dangerous play there. But it's controlled by the Planets once again. This is Michael McCann to gain the line and lost it to the near side corner. Chasing over here is Michael Grande. Overskates it. Intercepted. Vassbinder backhand try at the side of the net. Good job going post to post, Grande. But it still went off the side of the cage as Mouse digging back behind the net, trying to spin away from Christie. Dumps to the near side where it's picked up by Heekins. Heekins back behind for Mouse. Thrown out in front, gathered up by Grande, and he will cover. Stopping play with 5:19 left to go here in the first, and it remains scoreless. Full change being made by Bayard Rustin. Mars staying with the same. Well, it looks like they've been running two lines only. They have enough players for three, but they've been rolling two so far. As it's one back to the point. Hoke Reeves with a shot, stick save, rebound, loose in front, another try off the post, and we'll go the other way here for Chirico. Chirico near side for Brzeznicki. He couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Hauck Graves will clear back to the neutral zone. Now for Vassbinder. Up from Mouse, coming in 2-on-2. Faust with a shot glove down here by Grande. He'll hold on, stopping play with 4:58 left to go here in the first period. Last 5 shots all belong to Mars. Now they lead in that category 15-5. Seems like it'll be a matter of time before the Planets are able to knock one home. As the wrist shot comes in, that's deflected wide. Clear to the near side where it's picked up by Brzeznicki. Knights need to start trying to get some kind of forecheck going. Been unsuccessful so far as Mullen picks it up, knocked off his stick. Osborne able to knock it away, and it's taken over here by Kyle Thomas, coming out 2-on-2. Thomas tries to nutmeg his way through. He stood up. Good check on him by Wittes. And it's taken here by Lane around the near side for Brzeznicki. Banked out to center ice by Chirico, with it right back in. Didn't get very far. Scramble play in the neutral zone, and it's lofted forward here by Thomas. Here's Wittes. Skied up the neutral zone, taken by Newman. Lost Heltman. Off the stick of Osborne and controlled by the Knights. Harrison Lane banks it off the dasher. Just gets it to the neutral zone, and it's taken here by Christie. Christie cuts across, could turn into a 3-on-2. Christie turns on the speed with the wrist shot, and it goes high. Picked up by Flynn. Now for Christie in the corner. Christie makes a move, trying to get through the defense of Heltman, who slows him down, but it's dropped off on the far side, trying to break out in front is Flynn. Out in front, a shot comes in, that goes wide. Rebound, trying to sweep it out in front, can't do it. Now for Christie, tries a shot, knocked down, another shot comes in, they score! Tommy Sloan able to chop it home for his 3rd goal of the playoffs, 11th goal of the season. Doesn't matter how many shots you get, it's how many that goes over the line. And Bayard Rustin with 3:45 left to go in the first takes a 1-0 lead. We were saying as that rush came in that Bayard Rustin needed to get some pressure on. Didn't take all that long, as they certainly did. Found a scramble and able to chop it home to give the Knights the 1-0 lead. It is Tommy Sloan's goal. He's trying to follow up as Heekins with a shot save. Rebound covered up, and play is stopped. So shot number 16 wouldn't go, but shot number 6 for Baryard Rustin did go. And the Knights have taken themselves a 1-0 lead as we come to you from Pegula Arena on the campus of Penn State University and State College. This is the Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championships. This is the single A contest. And again, Baryard Rustin has the 1-0 lead as Vastbinder lost it towards the corner from Moust. Moust looking to stop instead, wraps it around, and he scores! Paul Moust faked the near side wrap, goes all the way across the other side and backhands it home for his 6th of the playoffs and his 37th of the season. 3:28 left to go in the first, and we are tied at 1. Now, it took a little while to get the scoring going, but each team is now warmed up to get one each. We'll get you the full scoring as soon as we can. But it was Tommy Sloan for Baryard Rustin, not long after Paul Moust for Mars. And again, we are tied at 1. As dumped right back to the near side corner, dumped back behind the cage. Chasing back here is Harrison Lean. Around the near side for Bresnicki. And we'll go the other way here. This is going to be Joe Chirico, 2-on-3. Lost it towards the corner. Didn't get all of it. It's cleared to center ice for Thomas, who taps it over now for Keaton Hanna. He'll come in with a shot, and that's blocked down. On cage it ends up, and it's covered up by Grande. Play stop with 3:01 left to go in the first period. Tied at 1. We do know that Paul Moust's goal was unassisted. Tommy Sloan's most likely wasn't. There was a big scramble out in front. So again, once that pops up, we'll let you know the assist on that goal. This is the part of the season where it doesn't matter who gets credit as long as it gets over the line. As Baryard Rustin controls, cleared up the near side. Hanna couldn't keep, but dumped right back in by the Planets. Far side pinch in here by Smicker. Big check on him. Smicker powers through it. Gets pushed off here, this time by Sloan. And coming the other way now is Grande. Grande, the captain of this Golden Knights club, gains the line, jumps to the near side corner. He'll chase in himself. Coming back here for the Planets is Hawk Graves. Cleared out to center ice. As now it's taken by Sergei Kern. Kern now for Sloan. Up the middle, he was looking for Eric Flynn, didn't get to him. Grande picks it up. He'll try to dump in and does. Goes back behind the Planet's cage. Picked up here by Michael McCann. Tries it off to the far side, intercepted by Sloan. Thrown out in front, nobody there for the Knights. Chasing across here and trying to shield it was Christie. Christie against 3. Tries to come out in front and does. Throws the back to the point. Down to the near side, moving in. Here is Lane with a shot, and it's blocked to the corner. Coming across here is Cimenti. Tries to bank to the corner. Picked up here by Christie. Christie gets through one, gets through another, hands free, tries a wrist shot off a glove, rebound loose to the side of the cage, digging at it there is Sloan. It ends up around the far side where it's picked up by Cimenti. Throws out in front, deflected and cleared all the way down by Mars, and that will go for icing. 1:47 left to go here in the first period. We are tied at 1. Face off will be to the left of Tyler Spring. Shots on goal, 17-7 in favor of the Mars Planets. Face-off is down and controlled by Mars, picked up here by Noah Raimundo. Here's side for Owen Vastbinder, lets it go to center ice. And it's deflected to the far side, Knights will take control. Weimer will dump to the near side corner. Coming back though is Newman. He lets it go back behind the cage, where it's grabbed by Raimundo. Tries the far side, intercepted by Sloan. Sloan reaches out, tries to dump it out in front. Raimundo plays it in the corner. And thrown around now for Vastbinder. Vastbinder absorbs his shoulder, comes back though from Moust. He'll try to throw it up ahead, fanned on it. Taken here by Vastbinder. Nice cut to the outside. He'll move in 2-on-4. Vastbinder with the snapshot. Fought off, juggled, loose out in front. Picked up by Vastbinder but couldn't control. Taken to the near side now by Heekins. Throws back to the point. Newman keeps alive. Newman moves in with the wrist shot through traffic, and it goes off the glove of Grande. Now Moust. Good shoulder there with Lane. Lane got the worst of that one. Comes back to the point. Now Newman, he'll loft towards the corner. Taken by Moust. Moust across to the far side. Wrist shot comes in. Save by Grande, and he'll hold on. Stopping play with 49.8 seconds left to go here in the first period. Tied at 1. Just a reminder, there will be no intermission between first and second periods. There will be between second and third, because that's the format we were told. That's what we're going to stick with. Face off to the right of Grande, one into the corner, taken here by Wittes, cleared up ahead, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but instead they'll decide to dump in off of Brzeznicki. Taken here by Houck Graves, he'll loft it forward for himself and then clear across a body, chopped away nicely though by Mullen, but followed up here by McCann. Too strong for Osborne, and back behind the cage it goes now for Wittes. To the near side for John Brzeznicki. Kept in, though, by Thomas. He'll swing it out in front for himself. Poked away from him by Kern. He'll chop towards the corner, back behind the cage. Hanna will chase. He gets cut off there by Wittes. Good push on him as Hanna goes into the boards. Still in the play, though, but unable to keep control. Backhanded towards center ice. Hanna keeps it alive. Pops it up. Spiked forward by Wittes out to center ice. Hanna will dump right back to the far side corner. Chasing over here is Sergei Kern. And that will do it for the first period of play. So after one, we are tied at one. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in about 60 seconds with the start of period number 2 as you watch the 2015 Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championship Finals on MSASports.net, brought to you by IYMSportsRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University for the 2015 Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championship Finals. This is the Class A championship game between Baryard, Rustin, and Mars. Tied at 1, shots on goal after the first period, 20-7 in favor of the Mars Planets. Tom Willms here. Thanks so much for joining us as we are back underway. Second period action. We switch sides. No counting for penalties or power plays because we haven't had either. Taken here by Michael Grande in the corner, dumped to the near side. Taken by Tommy Sloan, the goal scorer. Cleared to the line. McCann keeps it alive, but can't control. Grande follows up for the Rustin Knights, and he'll dump it in deep. Coming back here is Ian Hoke Graves. Good shoulder on him by Eric Flynn. Was taken out by Paul Mouse, the goal scorer for the Planets. Now for Heekins. Heekins looking to the far side for Vassbinder. He'll move in 2-on-2. Vassbinder tries to snap her, clubbed down by Grande. And he'll hold on to stop play. 16:26 left to go here in the second period. So Baryard Rustin's goal, Tommy Sloan from Brett Christie. Mars' goal is Paul Moust, unassisted. Only 2 ticks on the score sheet, again, no penalties so far. Doesn't mean we haven't had intense play. Some good hitting. A little bit of snarl, has a couple of little chops late on the netminder, and now we have one right here. Pushing and shoving is Houck Graves. A little upset there with Brett Christie, sends him flying into the corner, so we'll take a look and see what the officials decide, if anything. Going with 2 referees, 2 linesmen. That's always an adjustment for high school hockey, considering normally during the regular season it's just 2 officials. They serve as both referee and linesman. But ever since, I'd say, the semifinals, I know of the Flyers Cup because I covered it. I'm sure the same goes for the Penguins Cup. But once you get towards the semifinals, that's when you start picking up the more officials and the 2 referee, 2 linesman system. Does not look like any penalties have been called. Face off with to the left of Tyler Spring. Now McCann will control. Too strong for Hanna. Cleared to center ice, where it's grabbed by Sergei Kern. Across the near side for Michael Grande. Grande being harassed the whole way here by Keaton Hanna. And it's going to be tapped into the Mars zone towards the front of the cage. Chasing onto it here is Tommy Sloan. Getting back first, though, with a nice move was McCann. Back forward for Hanna. He'll help it all the way down. Too much of it. And that's going to go for the icing call. Nope, they're waving it off. A little surprise there. But Baryard Rustin is able to clear, but it's dumped right back in by the Planets. Grande will pick it up. Grande has the ability to go coast to coast if you don't check them. They do. And it's going to be tapped out to center ice, but followed up here. Nice move but couldn't do a second one by Hal Graves. Taken here by Charles Osborne. On cage, a strike call, and it's going to be Grande to cover up. And starting to get that playoff snarl. Again, these two organizations know each other. It's the third time they've faced each other for the state championship. Again, the last time was back in 2010. So it does not look like any players, unless they go 50-year players, doesn't look like any players were around in 2010, considering it's 2015. But coaching staffs, and maybe just maybe for inspiration, both teams played each other old videos of winning or losing against the other team here. So it's the third time that Rustin and Mars have faced each other for the state title. One back to the point. Drive comes in. That's fought off by Grande. Didn't get all of it. Cleared the side of the cage. Referee blows play dead as he lost sight. Good slapper there by Ian Newman. 5 goals on the regular season. None during the cup run. 15-20 left to go in the second. Shots on goal. 22-7 overall. 2-0 in the period. Both in favor of the Mars Planets. Face off will be to the left of the netminder, Jason Grande. Looks like we have one of the referees talking to the Bayard Rustin coaching staff, headed by Nick Russo, assisted by Ken Chirico, Michael Gidduck, David Arillo, and Jim Ralston. Face off to the left of Jason Grande. One to the corner, rattled around the near side. Pinching in here is Raimondo. Trying to knock it down in the corner was Heekins. Back behind from Mouse. Now for Heekins. Heekins lifting back to the point. Deflected out. Raimondo with a drive. Stick save. Goes just wide there. As it was knocked off actually by Mouse. It was not the netminder. Mouse got the real nice deflection in there. This comes back behind the cage. It's intercepted now by Lane. And he'll loft it to the near side. Too strong for Mullen. Slapped in by Raimondo. As once again, Mars able to keep the pressure going. Taken here by Vassbinder. He'll head towards the corner. Looking out in front. Tries to throw it there. Nobody there. And it goes off a leg and taken here. And cleared out by Chirico. Good keep though by Vassbinder. Now for Heekins. He gets stood up by Lane. Pushed to the far side. And back behind now, this is Mouse. Mouse being double teamed. Spins away from it. Comes back behind the near side corner. Heekins is there. Throws back now for Raimondo. Raimondo with a snapshot. Couple of deflections. Goes to the far side corner. Vassbinder now for Heekins. Good work here by the Planets on the cycle. All the way back to the point now for Newman. Down near side for Raimondo. He'll step up, takes a shot, save, rebound, loose. Side of the net, and that goes just wide by Mouse. And it's rattled around to the far side, kept in by Newman. Newman tries a shot, and that goes wide. Finally, Mars needs a change, so maybe the Knights can get out to center ice, and they do. As it goes off a glove, Hannah will try to dump right back in. Able to do so as it lost it to the corner. Thomas on the forecheck. Lane on the back check. Lane will get away from him, and he will move out for the Knights. Lane gains the line, trying to move into the zone, trying to get through Osborne. Gets knocked down, and back behind the play, we have a penalty call. Thought I saw 2 signals there. I saw a hook, and I saw a hold. And that's exactly what we have. For Mars, it's going to be Charles Osborne for the hook. And who do we have for Bayard Rustin going for the hold? Looks like it's going to be Brett Christie. Is Christie coming over to say hello? Still no guilty party for Bayard Rustin. Now skating on into the box will be Harrison Lane, so he'll go for the hold. Unlike in the NHL where they go to 4-on-4, high school level, it stays 5-on-5. So no power play, no 4-on-4. It stays 5-on-5 here. The faceoff will be deep in the Mars zone. 13:50 left to go. Here in the second period, we're tied at 1. So Ian Houck Graves fights through the forecheck of Flynn, turns on the speed, gets over the line into the zone, has a drop, so takes a shot block down, ends up serving as a drop here for Hannah. Backhand try, glove down by Grande, and he'll hold on to stop play. 13:36 left to go here in the second period. Again, the 2 coincidental minors are not timed. They should get out at about the 13:50 mark. Don't remember what time it actually was when it was called. So they'll get out at about the 11:50 mark. Excuse me, as it comes back to the point. Trying to keep in here. McCann can't do it. Dumps to the far side corner. Knife down here by Michael Grande. Now for Sergei Kern. Banked out towards the line. Norris couldn't keep. McCann will throw it right back to the far side corner. Even when Mars can't keep in the zone, they are set up to dump right back in and just keep the pressure on Bayard Rustin. Michael Grande. He'll try to beat the pressure himself. Gets through 1, now 2. Trying to move in, shouldered off by Norris, taken over by McCann. McCann trying to skate the other way, gets it up ahead now, looking for a pass was Keaton Hanna. Comes to the far side. Away from the play, we have some pushing and shoving between Grande and Ian Hout Graves. Looks like they may take them both. No, I think Hout Graves is being escorted to the bench, making sure he stays away from Grande, at least for the rest of what would have been a shift. Face-off is down and one back here by Mars. Tied at 1, 12:50 left to go second period. Planets control. This is Paul Mouse, the goal scorer. 35 goals on the entire season, 29 regular season, and 6 here in the playoffs. Taken here by Newman. Now looking for it, Vassbinder. He gets slowed down. But again, even when Baryard Rustin tries to control, they can't do it. They take it away, good defensive play, but all they can do is loft out the center ice and relieve the pressure. They've got to start some pressure of their own. One time they did, they scored as Mouse throws through the slot, and we'll go the other way. Taken here by Weimer. Weimer throws it deep, slowed down by Ramondo. And Ramondo gets it back here from Newman. Up now for Heekins. Heekins now for Mouse. Mouse moving into the zone, being harassed the whole way by Burke. Tries to come out in front, forced to the corner. Mouse down for Heekins. Heekins trying to get it back to the point for Ramondo. It goes the other way. Now it's taken out by Weimer. Weimer gains the line, gets tackled down. Neither official has it. I was saying a good reach there by Heekins. Now Heekins throws a big shoulder barge. Now the physical play is starting to pick up. Is also going flying. Was another player for Mars. That was Ramondo's. A shot comes in. That's covered up by Grande, and play is stopped. Oh, they're not going to stop play. No whistle, so we'll keep on going. Mullen controls on the near side. That was a little strange. I think the clock even stopped for a good 5 seconds. But again, no whistle, no stop, and the referee wants him to play the puck. There's nobody there as Ramondo controls near side. Ramondo gets it back, and he'll try the far side now for Thomas. Thomas helps it into the zone now for Hanna. Could be a low 2-on-1. Hanna, sharp angle, thrown out in front, tapped away. Thomas fouls it up, looking back towards the point, nobody there. McCann will control, though, in the neutral zone. McCann. Here's side for Norris. Andrew Norris hasn't been called a whole lot in this game, but in this first period he's played, in this second period he's played a bunch. Good pinch in there, but unable to keep in was McCann. Goes all the way down now as it'll be wrapped around. And controlled here by Mars. Good forecheck though by Mullen. Fighting through it. And coming the other way now it's Hal Graves. Now turns into a 2-on-2. He'll go wide. Hal Graves tries the wrist shot and that goes wide. Good power there by Ian Hout Graves. Comes to the side of the cage. Picked off here, though, for Grande. 10:30 left to go second period. Up the middle, knocked off by Norris. Goes to the far side, taken here by Flynn. Dumped right back in, though. And now this is Kern. Both fan bases trying to get their team into this contest. It's kind of been back and forth. Sluggish, even though Mars have controlled much of the game. Really not a whole lot of opportunities. Now Heekins will control at center ice, taken by McCann. He'll dump it indeed. Slowed down behind the cage by Grande, now for Kern. Kern at the far side. This is Mullen. Pitchfork right back in by Vassbinder. He'll come in hard on the forecheck. Grande is there first, cuts him off, throws the hip into him as well. Absorbs the check from Mouse, but the puck goes to the far side now for Christie. Christie tries to turn on the speed, able to get out to center ice. Christie gets it right back. He'll move in 1-on-2. But it's poked away from him by Heltman. Newman up ahead. Cleared further by Moust. Dumped right back into the Mars zone. But easy control here for Newman. Banked up, but Sloan slows him down. Sloan, the goal scorer, trying to dig his way towards the corner. Mouse comes over to help out. Taken here by Christie. Christie tries to come across for himself, but Heekins knocks it towards the corner. Now Sloan, thrown out in front, deflected towards the point. Bouncing puck. Taken far side now by Samedi. Samedi comes in with a shot, loose out in front after the kick save, and will go the other way. As here's Bo Heekins, moving in 1-on-3. Heekins powers through. Heekins with a shot. Oh, shoulder save by Grande. Lofted out to the near side. Vassbinder keeps it alive. Mouse throws a bit of a high check, but now Baryard Rustin will move the other way. Lofted forward through the legs of Newman. And it's taken here by Spring. He'll roll around to the near side. Sloan tries to dump back to his own corner. He's double teamed. Good job by Mouse on the pinch in. Sloan still digging. Referee telling him to move it. Hanna comes over along with Flynn. 2-on-2 scrum. Referee right on top of it, telling him to keep it moving. And coming out with it finally is Hanna. He'll throw it across to the far side, but pinching over is Austin Arillo. Knocked away from him by Newman. Dumped to the far side half boards. Unable to sidestep the check was Flynn. Will go the other way. Taken here by Newman. He'll dump it in deep. Direction that was Vastbinder who came off for the change after the dump. We're down to 8:13 left to go in the second. Tied at 1. Near side, this is Weimer. Weimer across the far side, trying to swing it forward. Now is Burke, slowed down at the blue line. And cleared down by Norris. Not going to make it for icing. Wittes back behind the cage for Bayard Rustin. Up ahead, it's controlled. And here comes Bo Weimer. He'll try the shot. Easy stick save there by Spring. A little bit of a bounce shot there. So here comes Thomas. Could turn this into a 2-on-1. Thomas stops. Thomas with a shot save. Rebound loose. A try save. Rebound loose in the slot and clear to center ice. Big pile out in front as Kern is piled up with a Mars player. That means Mars is going to be off sides. Kern picks up the puck. As finally coming out of the zone is Kyle Thomas. No harm, no foul apparently, but now Bayard Rustin will clear all the way down and icing will be called. 7:23 left to go in the second period. Game tied at 1. Shots on goal dominated by the Mars Planets 27-9. That is 7-2 in the period. Face-off will be to the right of the netminder Jason Grande. 26 saves so far for him. Kern controls, trying to get it up ahead, but Smicker on the intercept. Overskates it, and trying to move forward here is going to be Mullen. Mullen being harassed the whole way. He'll dump to the corner. Something we've noticed throughout this contest so far, no easy ground for Bayard Rustin as Mars is always on their case. As here comes Hanna. That's Slater Hanna towards the corner. Now for Tyler Grau. Now this is the third line here for Mars. And they don't get a lot of time, but they fill the gap between the first and second line when they need some breaks. As a shot comes in, steered down by Grande, and it's picked up by Lane. Lane up the far side, trying to angle up ahead. It's intercepted by Mouse. Mouse tries to move across, taken here by McCann. McCann, top of the circle, cuts to the outside. Good poke check on him, but he still controls. Dumped back behind the cage, where it's picked up here by Lane. Tries the far sider. Vastbinder is there. Fights through one check, still controls, throws it towards the front of the cage, knocked down by Kern, who dumps it side of the net. Intercepted right back here by Mouse. Mouse tries to go up top here for Heekins, only got a piece of it. Cleared to center ice and glove dumped right back in by McCann. Here's Sharika to try to clear to center ice, can't do it. Mouse will cut to the outside, trying to get around Kern. Goes around the cage, being harassed the whole way. Dumps back behind now for Heekins. He can shoulder it off in a good check. McCann's going to have to pinch and does. Toe drags it, fires through traffic, and goes high. Moused with it. Bouncing puck, can't control cleanly. Brzezinski will clear to center ice. He'll come off for the change, and Mars will move right back in. Turning on the speed here is Ian Houck-Graves. Ian Houck-Graves tries a backhand shot, and it's blocked into the corner by Lane. Back behind the net. Swept away to the far side corner, where it's picked up by Flynn. Vastbinder will pinch, though. He'll keep it alive. Vastbinder's side of the net. Towards the corner, drops it off now for Heekins. Heekins towards the point for Raimondo, but it's intercepted, and will go the other way as Christie turns on the speed, turns to a mini break, takes the shot, gloved off there by Spring, went off the top of his glove as he flashed it. Big opportunity there for Bayard Rustin. That might be the only way they'll survive in this contest is the good counter punch. They scored their goal that way, and they had a real nice opportunity there. Still tied at 1, though, with 5:10 left to go in the second. As the majority of the play has been carried by the Mars Planets. Penalty coming up. It's going to be on Bayard Rustin. And it'll be a hooking call. So we will get our first power play of the game. And it will go to the Mars Planets. Heading to the box under protest is Tommy Sloan. So Mars, the first opportunity on the power play. Face-off will be to the left of Jason Grande. 5:01 left to go here in the second. We remain tied at 1. One back and controlled here by Mars. Back to the point. Drive comes in. Saved by Grande. Good slapper by Ian Houck-Graves. 4:56 left to go in second period. Face-off once again to the left of Grande. Osborne wins it back, taken here by Thomas. Thomas moves in with a wrist shot, blocked down, tries a backhander that goes wide. Goes back behind the cage. This is Thomas. Back to the near side point for Raimundo. Raimundo across now for Hal Graves. Back to Raimundo. Steps up, looking through traffic. Shot comes in. Save. Rebound loose in front. Still digging. Cleared away to the near side by Chirico. Raimundo keeps it alive now for Hal Graves with a low shot. That's sticked away by Grande. There's Keaton Hanna. Back now for Raimundo. Raimundo being looked at by two. One peels off. Now for Hanna. Hanna looking for the cross-ice pass. Nobody there. And Christie will pick it up, trying to circle away from Osborne. And he may try to come out short-handed. Christie will turn on the speed. Coming in 2-on-3. Stick lift by Osborne. And he'll leave it now for Raimundo. 4:08 left to go in the second. 1:05 remaining in the Mars power play. Pass up ahead. Taken here by Lane, and he'll dump it all the way down. Partial change being made by Baryard Rustin. Picked up by Ian Hal Graves. 50 seconds left to go in the power play. He'll turn on the speed. Comes into the zone. Sets up a snapper, and it goes wide. Near side point. Kept alive by Bo Heekins. Off to the far side now. That's Newman. Correction, that's Vassbinder. Now from Moust. Hal Graves with a one-time drive. Blocked down in front. May have been deflected on its way as well. Intercepted by McCann. Turns to a low 3-on-2. McCann forces it wide to the far side, where it's picked up by Moust. Pass was behind him. If it was on target, it would have been an easy one-timer. Instead, now this is a one-timer now for Hal Graves. Blocked out in front. Heekins chops at it, and it's cleared to the far side boards. Big shoulder there on Mouse, trying to pin the puck there. Mouse gets it back towards the point. Hal Graves moves in. Wrist shot blocked down, loose in the slot. Cleared to the near side point, and one-handed up the center ice by Flynn. And that'll do it for the Mars power play. Under 3 minutes to go here, second period. Trying to move in front. Here was Mouse, tries a shot, blocked away, and it's going to be cleared all the way down by Sergei Kern. And that will go for icing. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left to go here in the second period. Mars now 0 for 1 on the power play. Shots in the period, 11-3. But again, bottom line, tied at 1 in this contest. Face-off will be to the left of Grande. Raimundo has to play it at center ice. He'll dump it right back in for the Planets. Grande stops it back behind, taken here by Lane. Lane goes right up the middle here. He may have found a little bit of a weakness in that forecheck. He'll try to move in. Hauled down, nothing called. Trying to follow up here is Weimer. Slowed down by Thomas, then shouldered off by Raimundo. Still digging though. 2-on-2 scrum comes up with it. Thrown out in front, goes at the side of the cage here by Arillo. Desperate try, but that would not go. It's taken here by Newman. Newman gains the line, rattles it around the dasher to the far side corner. Now for Lane on the near side. Thomas on the pinch. Raimundo kicks it up ahead, goes off a glove or two. And it's controlled here by Weimer. Weimer up ahead. Osborne keeps it alive. Plenty of room. Moves with a shot. Stick save. Rebound. Cleared away to the near side for Weimer. And we'll break the other way now for Arillo. Now for Weimer. Tries to gain the line. Able to do so, but it's knocked off of him. Followed up here by Lane. Lane with a pass up ahead. Taken over though by Osborne, who dumps up ahead. Now Lane once again. 1:45 left to go here in the second period. Weimer. Backhand pass up ahead to nobody. Taken over here by Heekins, who dumps it on back for Raimundo, and then across for Newman. Newman looking up the far side, now looks near side. He'll move it up himself instead. Gains the line, wrist shot towards the front of the cage, knocked down, second try fanned on, cleared back to center ice by Flynn. Noah Raimundo, wearing number 77 for the Mars Planets. Dumps it in and around, coming on back here. It looks like that is Owen Vassbinder. Back behind the cage now for Heekins. Looking for Vassbinder, who's pinching. He gets upended by Matthew Wittes. Taken here by Heekins. Pass across now for Mouse. Mouse has to move to his forehand. Knifed away there. Nice play by Christie. He'll try to move forward. He's slowed down and hauled down by Heekins, but the puck is right there. They're letting it all go. 2-on-2 scrum ensues as we're now under a minute left to go in the second period. Check on Christie as Mars putting on the pressure here. As Vassbinder running back his way to the corner. Oh, check from behind. Both referees have the arms up. And play is stopped as Mouse and Wittes push and shove, but they break it up. So that will be a power play here for the Mars Planets with 43.3 seconds left to go in the second period. Very obvious call. Both referees are talking about it. And with those checks from behind, they can go from 2 minutes to 5 minutes in a snap. Something that the game at every level is trying to get rid of. Let's see what the call is going to be. I believe they called a rough. Either way, no matter what you call it, it's a 2-minute penalty. So Mars again will go on the power play for the second time. They're 0 for 1. A chance here late in the second to try to get the lead back. Well, actually try to get the lead for the first time as Baryard Rustin actually had the lead first. Only lasted 17 seconds, but they did have the lead. Brett Christie, leading goal scorer for Baryard Rustin, is in the box. So that's a double whammy that not only are you down a man, you're down your best scorer. 29 goals when you count the regular season and the cup. It's taken here by McCann on the near side. McCann drops it off up top. Wrist shot comes in, deflected high and over the cage. Clear to the far side. Houck Gray's pinched. It's going to come out to center ice. Racing onto it here is Shariko. Tries to get forward, lost control, and threw his stick away. And here comes Osborne with a shot and a stick save there by Grande. He threw his stick away, but it actually hit a defenseman. As Osborne can't control, and it's going to be cleared down by Kern. And that's normally what happens. Your stick breaks, you throw it away in frustration. But he happened to throw it right into, I believe, McCann. As it's now 2 seconds left to go in the period, and that will do it. So an eventful end to the second period. As after 2, we are tied at 1. Shots on goal for the second period. For Mars, they had 13 shots. 2-period total of 33. Baryard Rustin, 3 shots, 2-period total of 10. Well, we'll take a break. Reminder, coming up at approximately 1:30, we'll have the AA championship game between Downingtown East and Erie Cathedral Prep. Then at 4 o'clock, the AAA championship game between Holy Ghost Prep and Cannon McMillan. After 2, we're tied at 1 in the Single A championship game between Baryard Rustin and Mars. We'll be back to talk about it in just a few minutes. You're watching the 2015 Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championships on MSASports.net, brought to you by IYMSportsRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we're live from the Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University. After 2 periods of the Pennsylvania Cup Single A Championship game, Baryard Rustin won, Mars won. Tom Willms here. Thanks so much for joining us today as we present all 3 championship games. But first, we'll talk about the first 2 periods of this contest. 2 goals to speak of, as Baryard Rustin actually took the lead in the first period. 13-15 mark, Tommy Sloan picked up the goal. Tommy Sloan, that was his 3rd goal of the playoffs and 11th of the season. And then Mars, just 17 seconds later, it will be Paul Mouse picking up the goal. 6th goal of the playoffs, 35th of the season for Mouse to lead the way for the Mars Planets. And no scoring in the second period in spite of a slew of shots by the Mars Planets. Shots on goal, by the way, for the Mars Planets. 13 shots in the second period, two-period total of 33. For Baryard Rustin, they had 3 shots, 2-period total of 10. Baryard Rustin has not gone to the power play just yet, while Mars, they're 0 for 1. When we come back for the third period, they'll have a minute 17 of time to work on power play number 2. And by the way, Tommy Sloan's goal at the 13-15 mark was assisted by Brett Christie. Paul Mouse's goal, just 17 seconds later at the 13-32 mark, was unassisted. So we're tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. Coming up next at approximately 1 o'clock, it will be the AA championship game between the Downingtown East Cougars and the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. And then the AAA contest at 4 o'clock, and that will be between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Canon McMillan Big Macs. Again, after this one, 2 more contests to go. Full day of hockey here at the Pegula Ice Arena and here on MSASports.net. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have third period action as you watch the 2015 Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championships on MSASports.net. Brought to you by IYMSportsRadio.com. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University. About to get started with the third period of play, the single A championship game between the Baryard Rustin Golden Knights and the Mars Planets, tied at 1. Tom Willms here. Thanks so much for joining us here on MSASports.net. I am from IYMSportsRadio.com. Covered the Flyers Cup Championship the last couple of years, and I was actually here last year for the state championship doing a radio broadcast. But this time, very happy to join forces with MSASports.net. We'll switch sides, no carryover. Actually, we do have a carryover. That's my fault. 1:17 left to go on a power play for the Mars Planets. Again, tied at 1. Shots on goal 33-10 in favor of Mars. It just seems like it's a matter of time before they score again, but we've seen a few times throughout this contest where Baryard Rustin will come in on kind of a counterpunch and get a real good opportunity. All it takes is one to take a lead. They took one in the first period. It only lasted 17 seconds, but they had one. And you only need to have the lead for 1 second, and that's at the end of the game. So here we go. Mars going left to right. Baryard Rustin going right to left, and we are underway. As Baryard Rustin backing off as here comes Mouse into the zone. Mouse stops on the half boards. Again, Planets are on the power play. It's taken here by Hout Graves. Pass Mouse towards the corner, where it's picked up by Heekins. Now for Mouse being harassed, trying to come out in front, poked away. Cleared back to the point, kept alive by Hout Graves. So across to the far side now for McCann. McCann drops it for Hout Graves. Now the near side for Mouse, tries the shot. And it's blocked away by the netminder Grandi. There was daylight there between the goaltender and the post, but it was fought off. 43 seconds left to go in the power play. Here's Heekins. He'll try a shot block down. Rebound. Heekins reaching back to try to dump to the corner from Mouse. Mouse lets it go. Kern is there as he battles along with Kyle Thomas. Mouse couldn't come out in front and take it the other way now for Kern. Kern coming in 1-on-3. Chopped off his stick by Thomas. Gets pushed down from behind. Nothing called. 20 seconds left to go in the power play here for Mars. Hout Graves, long pass up head off of Mouse, tipped into the zone. Coming on back here is Harrison Lane. Lane around the far side where it's grabbed by Evan Burke. Lofted off there though, Heekins. Heekins with a stick lift on him. 5 seconds to go in the power play, trying to get something going. But it's taken away here by Samedi, and he'll break out. Power play expires. Samedi will clear all the way down, just wide of the cage. And just before the power play did expire, so no icing called. Mars 0 for 2 on the power play. We're down to 15:35 left to go here in the third period. Heekins will move in 3-on-3. Heekins across off his backhand. Penalty coming up. It's going to be against Baryard Rustin. Goes back behind the cage now for Osborne. Osborne checked off. They're still digging on the far side, and play will stop as Mars will go on the power play for the third time. These are what you call hard-working opportunities here for Mars. Again, it's not like Baryard Rustin's playing lazy. They're playing desperate here in their own zone, so they're being forced to take these penalties. It's the good work by Mars that is causing these penalties, not the lack of discipline for Baryard Rustin. It's in the box is Evan Burke. And power play number 3 begins with a shot. Glove down and covered up by the netminder Grande. He gloved it, lost it immediately right between his legs, but was able to cover up very quickly. 15 minutes, 18 seconds left to go, third period, 1:56 remaining in the Mars power play. Again, power play number 3, they're 0 for 2. Faceoff is down, controlled by the Knights. Chasing over here is Samedi. Off the glass and out to the line. Kept alive nicely by McCann. But on the far side, they're saying it may have gone offside. I thought that he was able to jump and keep it alive as he gloved it between his legs. But I guess if you can jump up, clutch it, and drop it between your own legs, they're going to say you close your hand on the puck, which you're technically not supposed to do. Hout Graves will control. Far side now for Vassbinder. Slow down getting over the line. Hout Graves tries to wait, and he will. Times it right. Hout Graves will head towards the corner. Double teamed there. Goes back behind the cage for Hanna. Looking back behind for Hout Graves. Knocked away here by Chirico. Trying to reverse it to the far side. Kept alive. Vassbinder. Now this is Hanna. Going all the way across from McCann. Back to the point. Wrist shot comes in. Deflected high and out of play. 14:39 left to go here in the third period. Tied at 1. Only one shot so far in the period for Mars. None so far for Baryard Rustin. 1:17 left to go in the power play here for the Mars Planets. McCann with it. Lofts it side of the cage, goes back behind. Kern does a good job bodying it off, and he'll clear it up ahead. Kept alive at the point, though, by Hal Graves. Tries a shot, deflection, score! Hal Graves took the wrist shot, was certainly deflected on its way in. Maybe by Kyle Thomas, we'll have to check. But either way, 14:29 left to go in the third. And it's 2-1 Mars. So the Planets take their first lead of the contest on shot number 35. And the Planets have taken the lead. It is Kyle Thomas's goal, first of the playoffs. As it's thrown out in front, kicked just wide there by Tommy Sloan. As now following up here are the Golden Knights trying to get something going for themselves. Pass towards the corner. Raimondo can't control. He gets pushed off by Sloan. Sloan up now, taken here by Flynn. Tries to come across. Now back to the point. Kern with a drive. And that's blocked off a body and to the near side corner. Digging here is Newman. Tries to move it forward. Big shoulder barge thrown by Flynn. Still digging forward and chopped all the way down here by Mars. And that will go for icing. .46 left to go here in the third period. A 2-1 Mars lead. As not only has the Mars Planets become the enemy of the Knights, so has the clock. Taken here by Mouse, thrown around to the far side now for Heekins. Heekins coming on 2-on-3, all the way across now for Vastbinder. Taps it into the zone, lofts it back behind the cage, where it's controlled now by Lane. He gets pushed off, good check on him. Mullen tries to clear up ahead, it's kept alive. Heekins tries to control it in the corner, forced back behind the cage, powers his way to the near side, moves to his forehand, gets it knocked out for Hal Graves. Trying to get it towards the corner for Heekins, lets it go towards the corner, chopped away there through Mouse, where it's picked up here by Kern. Correction, that is Kyle Mullen. Cleared to center ice, trying to control. Here is Brzeznicki, but it's taken right back by the Planets. Hal Graves, backhands up ahead to the far side, pitching across. Here is Wittes. He'll try to spin it back towards his own zone, under pressure. Banks it up ahead, taken here by Vastbinder on the intercept. But goes back to the point. Hal Graves will dump it right back in. 12:53 left to go here in the third. Ooh, triple team there, getting shouldered off was Mouse. Throws a good check, and he gets the puck right back. He'll move into the far side, looking for help out in front. Thrown through the slot area. Pitching in here is Hal Graves with a shot, kick save, rebound, loose in the slot, and skated away to the corner by Tommy Sloan. This is Harrison Lane. He'll loft it all the way down, and icing will be called against Bay and Rustin. Here the Mars faithful, very happy with how they played so far here in the third, taking a 2-1 lead. And we are stationed on, I guess, what will be the Penguins Cup championship side as far as their fans are concerned. Across the other way will be the Flyers Cup champions, their fans. So we may hear it be a little bit louder for Mars in this first game. Good representation from both clubs, though, as Kern will dump it into the far side corner. Taken here by Raimondo, helps it along to the line, kept alive here by Christie. Christie tries to cut out in front, poked off a stick, cleared the center ice, and Grande will regroup. Grande to the outside, trying to get through Osborne, and does. Grande, top of the circle, the shot off the outside of the net. Fall off by the netminder's spring, and then hit the outside of the cage. Getting knocked down the play there was Eric Flynn, nothing called. And here come the Knights moving out the other way. This is Christie coming in 3-on-3. Christie to the outside, swept off his check. Shot comes in anyway, and it goes off the stick of Spring to the far side corner. Tommy Sloan can't control, back to the point now for Kern. Kern near side for Grande, settles it down, tries a shot, save, rebound, backhand, try to score! Eric Flynn right there on the doorstep, the backhand home the rebound. His 8th goal of the playoffs, 19th goal of the season. 11:34 left to go in the third, and we are tied at 2. Well, just like the first period lead for Baryard Rustin didn't last all that long. Neither did the third period lead for Mars. Lasted longer than the 17 seconds of the first period, but still, we remain tied at 2 now. Eric Flynn picks up the goal, as we said. Ian Haupt-Graves will try to move out from behind his own cage for the Planets. Nice pass up into the zone now for Heekins. Heekins coming across. Heekins lost control, chases it on the near side. Heekins lofts it back behind the cage. Mouse spins away from the check, can't control. Going down the play was Lane. Following up his Mouse, pokes it back towards the point. Here's McCann, settles it, fires, blocked out in front. Loose in the slot, shot comes in, save, rebound goes wide. Now Heekins back behind the cage. Thrown out in front, paddled away. Still the side of the net, referee on top of it, puck still moving around, thrown out in front, knocked away, taken right back by Mars. Haupt-Graves at the point, far side down for McCann, tries a shot, and that goes wide. Now on the near side, Mouse pushed to the boards, as now Mars once again is dangerous. Heekins throws up top, shot once again, blocked off, comes back towards the point, Haupt-Graves with a drive, and that goes high. Chancing across the far side, Christie throws it to the near side for Flynn. He'll chase on it, but pass ahead goes off a leg, which gloved down by Vassbinder. But dumped right back ahead by Flynn. 10:25 left to go. Third period, tied at 2. Pennsylvania Cup state championship game. Single A. As now moving in, Thomas with a shot. Oh, stick save, rebound, loose and cleared out towards the point. Unable to keep was Keaton Hanna. Big rebound left there by Grande. But Mars controls. Lost now for Hanna. Gains the line and dumps it in deep. Goes back behind the net. Osborne gets there first. Thrown out in front. Saved by Grande. Taken here. And cleared to center ice off of Chirico. Nice pass forward coming in 2-on-2. Across here is Meisinger. Meisinger settles it. Turns it with a shot blocked down in front by Raimundo. And he'll backhand it out to center ice. 9:40 left here in the third period. Now Newman the other way. On the near side. Turns on the speed. 2-on-2. Cuts to the inside. Lost control. And goes to the far side down for Osborne, though. Comes back behind the cage. Kern is there. Up the near side. Taken here by Thomas. Turns and fires, and it's blocked wide. Osborne with it. Now back behind for Hanna. Big shoulder barge on him by Wittes. They both go down, and it's going to be cleared to center ice. Ian Newman going to move right back into the zone now for Raimondo. Raimondo lost control. Poked off by Grande. Raimondo circles back. Knocked off there, though, from Mouse. Mouse throws it all across now for Vassbinder. Has plenty of room. Vassbinder lost control of the puck if he ever had it. Evan Burke will bank it up ahead to the neutral zone. McCann now for Heekins. Right back into the zone. Cross now for Vassbinder. Can't control. Cleared to center ice once again. 8:45 left to go here in the third period. Dumped in deep by Grande. Bouncing puck on cage. Steered away by Sprang. Haupt-Graves clears out towards the point. Poked out to center ice. Puts controlled here by Cimeti. Derek Cimeti across now for Michael Grande. Grande up now for Weimer. He'll dump it in deep. And here's Ian Haupt-Graves under pressure. But he has the ability to go coast to coast. He'll move into the zone. Trying to cut his way out in front. He's forced to the corner. Still controls. Now thrown out in front. Heekins couldn't paddle it home. And it's controlled out towards the line. Kept alive here, though, by Mouse. Mouse on his back end. Goes to his forehand. Shouldered off by Christie. Fights it off and heads to the corner. Mouse ducks it back behind the cage. Wrap around. Trying. It goes through the crease. Vassbinder towards the point. Intercepted. Will go the other way. Here's Meisinger. Forced wide into the corner to catch up with it. Tries to sidestep a check and does. Turn to a 2-on-1. Shot comes in. Stick save. Rebound loose. The slap back and try. And he scores! Brett Christie! Brett Christie would not give up on that play as he picks up his 9th goal of the playoffs, 30th of the season. 7:44 left to go here in the third. And it's now 3-2 Baryard Rustin. In a game in which Baryard Rustin is getting outshot badly, they find themselves leading by a score of 3-2. Here comes Grande on the far side, trying to add to the lead. Shouldered off there by Osborne, but it serves as a drop here for Mullen. Mullen out in front, overskates the puck, knocked off. And coming back behind now is Raimundo. No Raimundo back behind the cage. Dump to the far side. Osborne couldn't pick it up cleanly. That's going to go all the way down for icing call. Looked like Grande could have touched, but instead, it's an icing call. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here, third period. Shots on goal, 38-14 in favor of Mars. But Bayard Rustin has themselves a 3-2 lead. Faceoff is down, one back towards the point. Ooh, unable to keep alive there was Kern. He'll dump it in anyway. And the Knights will have to come back onside. Digging here by Raimundo. Tries the far side for Heekins. Heekins will gain the line, move into the zone. Heekins being harassed the whole way. Backhands towards the front of the cage, comes to the near side corner. Fastbinder is there, back behind now for Heekins. In his skates, pushed off there by Kern, but it's followed up by Mars. Back to the point now for Newman with a shot through traffic, save, rebound, cleared to the far side point. Raimundo keeps alive, wrist shot, stick save by Grande. Now Heekins, he gets pushed to the corner. Dumps back behind the cage now for Mouse. He'll head to the near side corner. He's being harassed by Sergei Kern. Puck squirts out. Kern will come out of the pile, and he'll skate it forward slowly. 6:30 left to go, third period. Forced back into the Bayard Rustin zone. Mouse trying to fight through Kern. Kern able to dump it to the near side. It's picked up by Christie. Christie will turn on the speed. Christie trying to get around Newman and does. Christie with a shot that goes wide. Eakins will try to move the other way. Across now for Mouse. Mouse coming in 1-on-2. Good stand-up check on him by Grande, who stepped up from the blue line to meet him basically at the red line. Off the stick of Christie and controlled by Mars. Cleared up ahead. Glove down, though, by Mullen. Regrouped to the near side by the Planets, but knifed off nicely there and dumped in deep by Weimer. And that will go for icing. 5 minutes, 51 seconds left to go, third period. 3-2 lead in favor of Bayard Rustin. We mentioned earlier that it looked like Mars was basically rolling two lines, adding a third once in a while. The legs may be catching up with them as Bayard Rustin, they roll three, and the fourth comes in once in a while. So again, the legs may be coming into play here, as right now, Rustin looks like the fresher team. Shot from the outside, stick save, rebound, cleared away. Taken right back, though, by Weimer. He gets shouldered back behind the cage now for McCann. McCann around the far side, kept alive by Grande, tries a shot. Deflection goes to the near side corner. Weimer is there, goes back behind the cage. Thomas gets there first along with McCann, and it's taken now by Hal Graves. Nice cut to the inside, backhands up ahead now for Hanna. Hanna on the backhand pass, up ahead for Osborne, knifed away from him. Picked up by Grande to the far side, and he'll sky out to the neutral zone. Swung into the zone here by Chirico on cage, forced to cover his Shaw. Correction, Spring, and play is stopped. 5:06 left to go here in the third. 3-2 lead in favor of Bayard Rustin. Gotta say, Jason Grande, star of the game here so far for the Knights. He's faced 40, he's gotten 38 of them. Face-off is down and controlled by Mars. Fastbinder to the center ice. Slapped right back in, though, by Lane. Doesn't get all of it. Taken here by McCann. McCann at the far side. Heekins follows up with a one-hand dump in. Coming back here is Wittes. Matthew Wittes behind his own cage. Two-man forecheck here for Mars. Fastbinder keeps it alive. Moves to the top of the circle. Now cuts towards the corner. Poked away from him, and here come the Knights the other way. Trying to skate onto it here is Flynn. Kept into the zone here by Mars. Glove down by Fastbinder. Towards the corner. Now thrown out in front. Steered away here by Lane around to the far side. Good pinch in there as the Mars Planets putting on the pressure once again. Moust is there, a two-man scrum with 4:28 left to go in the third. 3-2 lead for the Bayard Rustin Knights. Trickles back towards the point. Picked up here by Hal Graves, but a hand pass will be called against the Planets. Play is stopped with 4:20 left to go here in the third period. 3-2 lead for Bayard Rustin. Brett Christie, Eric Flynn, Tommy Sloan for the Knights, Paul Moust, Kyle Thomas for the Planets. Slow change being made by both clubs. Referee certainly letting them go. Maybe just a warning there for Bayard Rustin. Linesman Rick Gallagher having a quick talk with Joel Chirico. It's one back, shot comes in, that goes just wide. Good win back towards the point. Charles Osborne got a decent look. Couldn't get it on cage. Ooh, that goes off the glove of the netminder. And that's going to go for offsides. So no harm, no foul, even if it went in. 4:10 left to go here in the third period. 3-2 lead for Baryard Rustin. Face off is at center ice. Through the near side it goes now for Sergei Kern. Lofts it forward, glove down by Newman. Across the far side for Raimondo. Up now for Osborne, who gains the line, chops it towards the zone, but into the bench it goes. And we're down to 4 minutes left to go in regulation. Well, Baryard Rustin is certainly taking advantage of the opportunities. Only 15 shots. And they've had pressure in spurts. They've had approximately 3 spurts, and they've scored in all 3 of them, to be honest with you. Intercept here by Grande. He'll head to the outside. Has a step, tries the shot, scores! Michael Grande somehow turned a 1-on-2 into a 1-on-0. Did not have much of an angle, but was able to tuck it underneath the crossbar. His 5th goal of the playoffs, 19th of the season. 3:49 left to go in the third. It's 4-2 of Baryard Rustin. First 2-goal advantage for either club. And it will be interesting to see Mars try to step it up here against Baryard Rustin, who can now sit back and protect their own blue line. It's dumped down here as Hal Graves controls back behind the cage. Lost control, gets it right back. He'll turn on the speed. Hal Graves moving in, tries to cut out in front early. Takes a shot and that goes wide. Mouse picks it up towards the corner. Lets it go, taken here by Christie. Christie will turn on the speed. Pass him ahead off the stick, though, of Flynn. Comes to the far side, trying to break in is Sloan. Now coming in on the far side is Flynn. Lost for Christie. On his backhand, but he's shouldered off by Hal Graves and will go the other way. Taken now by Paul Mouse, coming in 1-on-2. Forced towards the corner. Mouse shouldered off behind the cage. Taken over, though. Thrown out in front of the board. Vastbinder cleared back to the point. Hal Graves with a shot deflected wide. Eakins will chase to the far side. Able to keep it alive there. Dumps to the corner from Mouse. Mouse looked like he was double teamed there, then shouldered off on a check by Weimer. Eakins back behind the cage. Looks to throw out in front, deflected away. Hal Graves throws out in front, tapped away to the far side. Pitching in is McCann. Towards the corner it goes from Mouse. He gets pushed off, thrown out in front, deflected on your side corner. Chasing here is Eric Flynn, and he will clear it all the way down for the icing call. 2:34 left to go here in the third period. Keep an eye on timeouts. Keep an eye on goaltenders being pulled. And we have a timeout being called by Mars. Again, 2:34 left to go here in the third period. Shots on goal. 40-16 in the game in favor of the Mars Planets. That is 7-6 in this period. But Baryard Rustin has taken a 2-goal lead as we head down to the last minutes of the state championship game here in Pennsylvania's Class A. Would not be surprised to see Mars pull their goaltender relatively early, as they've shown even 5-on-5 that they can keep a cycle, keep pressure going. Baryard Rustin, it's hang on for dear life. And you know what? What's been working for them in the entire game has been hang on for dear life, counterpunch when you can, get pressure when you can. Don't take chances. So here we go. Face-off will be to the left of Jason Grande. Face-off is down, controlled by Grande. Cleared off the glass. Kept in the zone, though, by McCann. Dumped up ahead, but taken right back here by Baryard Rustin. Grande tries to move in. Ooh, throws a slash there on Newman. Vastbinder will try to backhand up ahead. Taken in by McCann, the swing to the far side. Thrown across now, looking for Mouse, intercepted. And Rustin will control. Taken here by Sloan. Taken by Vastbinder on the intercept. He'll dump in deep. 2:08 left to go. 2-goal lead for the Knights. Here's side Weimer. Vastbinder will pinch. Cleared out to center ice and down by Chirico. And that will go for icing. One thing about the high school game that certainly helps Baryard Rustin, you are allowed to get a line change after you ice the puck. So they can ice it all they want. These next minute 56, may take 3 hours to play. But at the end of it, as long as they lead by 1, that's all that matters. But they do lead by 2 now, 4-2. Face-off is down. Cleared out to center ice by the Knights. And one thing that has improved for Bayard Rustin as the game has gone on is their face-off winning. At first, it was all Mars. Right now, it's kind of reversed itself at the wrong time for the Planets. Far side here, this is Heekins moving in. Heekins towards the corner. Poked off his stick, comes to the near side. Heekins will chase. He'll get there first. Back to the point for Houck Grimes. Down the far side for McCann. Tries a shot block to the corner. Moust is there. He gets shouldered off. Down to 1:28 left to go. On the far side here. And it's going to be cleared out to center ice. Again, Mars' netminder is still in. Kind of surprised at that. It's now moving in is Thomas. Thomas across. Knocked off control. He'll move up ahead. Dumped forward. Taken here by Lane. Extra attacker on here for Mars. They're down 2. As Mouse has it back behind the cage. He gets pushed off by Kern. 1:05 left to go. Big scrum there. As coming out with it here is Heekins. Spins towards the corner. Now back behind for Mouse. Down to a minute left to go. It's back behind the cage. Rattles around the kick plate to the near side where it's picked up by Thomas. Houck Graves. Off a leg. Looking for Thomas out in front. Couldn't get it there. Houck Graves keeps it alive to the far side. 46 seconds left to go. Back into the head here by Kern. Comes in on cage deflection. Save. Rebound side of the net. They're still digging. Net comes off its moorings and play is stopped. 39.9 seconds left to go here in the third period. A 4-2 Bayard Rustin lead. By the way, for the post-game ceremony, we will have it for you. We'll zoom in. We'll turn up the crowd mic so you can listen along for the presentation of the Pennsylvania Cup, which in Mars' sake, hopes it happens later rather than sooner. 40 seconds essentially left to go. Planets down by 2. It comes out in front. Grande tries to clear. It's knocked down. Osborne picks up. He'll try a shot and it's blocked wide. 35 seconds left. Good pressure here by Mars. Shouldered off by Grande. Thrown out in front. Knocked down. Taken to the near side. Poked towards the corner. 25 seconds left. Pitching is Houck Graves. Tries a shot deflection. Saved by Grande. Picked up here by Thomas. Kyle Thomas under pressure once again. Shouldered off. Goes back behind the cage. Michael Grande clears to the far side. 14 seconds left. Shot from the outside. Oh, that goes just wide. Near side board chasing his Mouse. Back towards the point for Houck Graves. Turns and fires. Goes through the traffic. Kick save. Cleared out to center ice. Rolling puck towards the empty net. And it scores! The goal should count. There was 5/10 of a second left, but they let it run, and that will do it. Bayard Rustin has won it 5-2 as they pick up their second straight state championship. 3 times overall. 2009, 2014, and now 2015. What a defensive effort by Bayard Rustin, absorbing 42 shots. Jason Grande made 40 saves. Michael Grande gets credit for the empty netter. 2nd of the game, 6th of the playoffs, 20th of the season. What a way to end your senior season. As a 5-2 win here for Bayard Rustin. Clinches the Pennsylvania Cup for the Knights. Shots on goal for the third period for Bayard Rustin. They had 7 shots, game total of 17. Mars had 9 shots, game total of 42. As the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights come away with Pennsylvania Cup number 3. As they complete the handshake line, we'll give you the goal scores for Bayard Rustin. 2 for Michael Grande, 1 each for Brett Christie, Eric Flynn, and Tommy Sloan, while for Mars, Paul Moust and Kyle Thomas picked up the goals for the Planets. Again, congratulations to both clubs. The Penguins Cup Championship going to the Mars Planets. But the Flyers Cup champion Bayard Rustin Golden Knights pick up the state trophy as they're about to hand it out right now. We're just waiting for the announcements to begin from the public address announcer. While we wait, we'll remind you, coming up next, after an ice cut, at 1 o'clock, it'll be the AA championship game between Downingtown East and Erie Cathedral Prep. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll have, actually it's a 1:30 start for the Downingtown East Erie Cathedral Prep game, so we have some time as we send it down to the public address announcer. The small trophy is the one they get to keep. The big one is the one that circulates. As they go over to their fan base and celebrate with them, congratulations to the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights on their 3rd championship, their 2nd in a row. As you watch the rest of the celebration, we will sign off. Again, coming up next is the AA championship game between the Flyers Cup champion Downingtown East Cougars and the Penguins Cup champion Cathedral Prep Ramblers. Game time is scheduled for 1:30. Once again, our final score, the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights 5, the Mars Planets 2. Congratulations to the 2014-2015 Pennsylvania Cup Single A champions, the Golden Knights from Bayard Rustin High School. Now for all of us here at the Pegula Arena on the campus of Penn State University, this is Tom Willms thanking you for joining us. We'll be right back here on MSASports.net, powered today by IYMSportsRadio.com.